Lately, there is what seems like a mass exodus on YouTube as a platform in terms of content creators looking for different places to go. And not only that, I believe that there is a good correlation between the token prices of how the crypto industry has gone, as well as the amount of content creators covering the space overall. Today, I take inspiration from Marquise Brownie, which, by the way, I do own Solana phones, but still cool guy, still love him, in regards to talking about the crypto gaming space specifically and how, not only Gala Games, right? Because we're going to be talking about Gala Games primarily here, but the overall crypto gaming space can be a little bit of a lot, and explaining as to why you're probably seeing a lot less content creators on the YouTube space for crypto gaming specifically, because I've gone through my tribulations. I've gone through it all in regards to Gala and hating them and loving them, because in every relationship, there are both ebb and flows. So if you enjoy this kind of content, as always, like and subscribe. I want to be honest with you guys. I want to tell you guys how it is. And the only way we can do that is through YouTube. And I've been blessed to have the platform and the people interested in looking at my stuff. So if there's anyone to give you alpha, it's the guy that's telling you things how they are. So the TLDR of why YouTubers are quitting right now is because when you end up scaling your business, a lot of the time you lose the freedom of the things that you had before. For example, back in the day, I'd make my own thumbnails. Nowadays, I have my own guy making a thumbnail. I've got to manage a team of people. There are a team of people that are working on this channel, which every view constitutes support for future videos on Jesus Martinez, which is my new channel, which, right, like I'm using my own name here. So a lot of differentiations here on why things are happening. And there's a good reason why a lot of people have left the space in crypto gaming in general. And a big reason for that is the same with how YouTube is, where a lot of people initially did this as a passion, but as the crypto gaming space began to slow down, as the hype began to, let's just say, dissipate, a lot of them just left the space. A lot of that gameplay that got people really excited back in the day with games like Axie Infinity, and for me, the big one was Spider Tanks, has really all but faded, especially Spider Tanks, because they're in a bit of a dispute right now. So we don't even know where Spider Tanks is going. And so I could attribute maybe some of my peak in terms of motivation when Spider Tanks was a thing, because a lot of people will think, we made one sponsored video on Spider Tanks, and that was a blessing. I mean, I talked to Gala and they were like all for it. But afterward, everything else we did, the other 50 to 100 videos on Spider Tanks, all that was because I really enjoyed playing the game. But there's a difference between enjoying playing something and then doing something as a career. Obviously, once you begin to tackle on more responsibilities, then things begin to change a bit. For example, some of the things that we're doing on Jesus Martinez, because of you all supporting me, is there is going to be a brand new publication, a newsletter that's going to be coming out very soon for the people that maybe don't have all the time in the world to look at my everyday uploads and Monday to Friday streams. Well, you can go ahead, look at the Crypto Gaming Digest or whatever it ends up being called, and then you get your TLDR on your email every single week. I have a team going ahead and working on that, and that's wonderful. Another thing that a lot of people have been asking me about has to be the Discord, which the Discord is also under creation. You could actually see it right here. I'm not going to leak too much because it is still under development, but this should also be done before the end of the month, and I'm really excited about that stuff. But obviously, with that comes a lot more responsibilities. A good reason why this Discord hasn't come out yet is because I'm spending 4 figures going ahead and auditing this Discord so that worst case scenario, people don't enter this community and then someone takes over the server, puts a scam link on there, and then we're all screwed, right? That's the last thing I'd want to happen. So I've been waiting for a lot of these things and pacing it to look after the community. And the community's been a thing which is a blessing, but also a curse, because you go from just making content all day to this world where I have to make sure that the tokens I talk about, first off, are tokens that I really believe in and are not just things that I'm just going to forget about tomorrow. There have been easily, I mean, this is very easily 6 to 7 figures worth of deals that I've rejected over the past year just looking after you guys. It's that crazy. It really is that crazy. And the amount of money that we could be accepting is ludicrous. But to me, I see long-term prospects. I think that this channel is going to be worth millions of dollars in a bull market. I also think my bags are also worth a lot, and protecting that and protecting you guys will always take priority over everything. So let's lead all this back into Gala. Where am I in terms of Gala? Because we've seen a lot of content creators quitting content creation on Gala. Simply put, I would say pretty safely, this is safe to assume that I'm probably the only creator on Gala other than maybe Wookie and Dub. He covers Common Ground World. If you're interested in that stuff, then check that out. That even covers Gala anymore. It's maybe 3 of us, and I'm sure that Dub probably can't do this full time, and Wookie also probably works another job because they probably just don't make enough money to go ahead and make this a full-time income. And you've seen that I've been covering Gala a lot less. And that's because if I covered Gala, then I would be homeless right now. Quite literally, we would be homeless right now. Just for transparency's sake, I'll let you know how much I'm making off of affiliate income right now. This is something that I've never shown on the channel, so if you're ever curious, we're the largest channel on Gala right now. We are making somewhere around, we made $1,200 this month off affiliate commissions, and we have locked right now $2,800. So it's not bad at all. I can pay my rent off that, and I can live my life being a bit of a happy camper. But it's just not really going to further anybody's life. In a year, that's maybe $20,000, which is really good for people in third world countries. But where I'm at, that'll pay me rent and then maybe food, ? So I've been doing a lot of other things. I've been spreading my horizons. And that is why you're probably seeing a lot of other people stopping the coverage of Gala, because there's just not enough support within the Gala ecosystem at the moment, at least, to facilitate covering this thing full time. It just doesn't make any sense. And so that is the key reason you're seeing that. Another good reason is motivation, right? People are losing motivation because they may have gotten into the ecosystem for one specific purpose. For me, I got into Gala because of spider tanks. I've told people a million times this, but I'm serious. The big reason why I was so bullish on, Gala initially is because of spider tanks. And when you see Gala begin to go to these different places where now they're more focused on Gala music than the entirety of the Gala Games ecosystem, it sucks. It really sucks, because I got into this for one purpose, and now it seems like, we're molded into a different place. And while it's awesome, I hold the Gala music token, I don't really care that much. And yeah, obviously, the activism and making it fairer for artists is something that I'm never going to be against. But it's just not why I got here in the first place. I got here because I saw the Gala token as something that could potentially bridge the gap between the people that did not have the opportunity to make a living in some of these third world countries, and now they do have an opportunity, which I'm sure you've seen before, the on-chain gaming gate, where he went ahead and blew up too. He talked about the Ready Player One stuff. There's a lot more shady stuff that happened in the process there, but that makes sense, right? Ready Player One, making people have a living in gaming, great. My perspective on that has changed, though. I don't see people making a living off of crypto gaming unless they either own a lot of assets and they know how to arbitrage that and make an opportunity out of that, or maybe they're someone that bought a token and, good for them. They made some profits and the game's a success. Or the last one, they are very good at that game and they get assets rented out to them. They play the game, make money. I don't see a world where everyone's going to be making money off of crypto games. Maybe to some extent, but I wouldn't consider like making a cent or two a day anything tangible. And that could be a lot of money for these games if they have a lot of DAU. So that's my perspective on that. Some other things we've been doing on the channel, and this is something that I was really passionate about a couple months ago, is the Champions Arena Hub. This is live right now. You can check this out for yourself. This is built by me as well as Hammer Hammond 23. So huge shout out to him. Wonderful web designer. We compiled the information, got it all together, and we have made what is to be probably the best hub for Champions Arena right now. You can click on the characters, you can see the abilities, click on them. It looks beautiful. I'm so proud to have provided this. For the people that think that, Gala reached out to us to build this Champions Arena Hub, you couldn't be further from the truth. There was no communication there. We just decided that one day the community probably needs a resource to get information on all of the champions, the estates, the shops, everything in between for Champions Arena. And this is something that should be said for every part of the Gala ecosystem. And why I wanted to mention this is because this shouldn't be like this, right? If this is such a crucial resource, there should be bounty programs out there to go ahead and incentivize people to build these things that are just so important. I know that there's groups out there like the Mafia, which they're doing a bunch of stuff for Gala Chain as well. So, feel free to go ahead, do your research on them, check them out. They have a lot of great on-chain data on the Gala Games and Gala Chain platform. This is where we got a lot of our information on the unreleased champions for the game, such as Aid, which we have no idea what he's got on about him, but it seems like a cool character that will come at some point for Champions Arena. There are a lot of great people that are just so brilliant, really. They know what they're doing. it's so hard to be bearish on this token. I'm sorry. It really is. It's hard to be bearish on what is, to me at least, one of the strongest, if not the strongest, brain power community in the entire crypto gaming space. I find it so hard because I talk to these people within the community and they just tell me about all these different tokens and all these different things. A lot of the tokens that have done very well for me have been from other people within Gala just being like, hey, have you checked this out? Do you think this is cool? And then I check it out. I'm like, wait, you're onto something. You know, you're doing something well. So the Gala people, very intelligent. It feels like a lot of the pressure is being put onto the Gala community to develop a lot of the different dApps here. A great example of this as well would be, you know, we've been doing some posts on Gala because, I mean, you got to keep the community up to date on Gala, right? So Gala is now testing Materium rewards for their flagship title, Mirandus. That sounds great. I am really excited about this. But then I click on @Mirandus, and the only thing that I see is this post from January 10th that said, I grew up on these streets. I mean, I love that. I didn't grow up on those streets, so I have no idea what you're talking about. This doesn't further Gala at all. This doesn't further Mirandus. I don't know what you're talking about here. I'm not a boomer, right? And, you know, the last post before that was in November, and then we had something in December about a sale. That's cool. The shipwreck sale was pretty generous for me, I guess. I broke even. But there's people that did well, people that did bad. But in general, that's all you've got in terms of Mirandus. This should be a massive announcement for Mirandus. There should be so much more focus on their social media platforms talking about how awesome this is going to be for Mirandus and how much passion they've got building this game. People don't see the passion. People don't see how Gala is building these things. They don't know if they're supposed to be excited or if Gala just forgot about them and ran away. There's no differentiation here. And you could see things like ahead of the game where you see them all bundled up together and they look like they're very excited to build. But then you look at the social media websites and you look at something like @Gala Games. And what we're seeing here is the first post 21 hours ago is Gala not even playing a Gala game. They're playing Valheim and playing some other random games. And then they're defending it saying, oh, but, you know, we can get more users playing our games if we play other games on our live streams. And I see that as a huge spit in the face because if your game was that good, if your game was worth it, then you sure as hell would double down and play those games every single day because that is you. You are your games. You are not other people's games. We're not trying to poach users from other games. We're trying to get users from a place where they care about this. We need to make the ecosystem fair and we need to make it honest. We're not playing Valheim just to poach users. Or at least that's what it feels like. When you've been playing Valheim for whatever reasons you want to play it for, you should be making some kind of Gala integration, maybe a Gala mod for Valheim or something, if that's what you're doing. A great example of an integration from another game is Shrapnel. They've done a wonderful job of doing this. They have developed Shrap Knight. It is a custom map on Fortnite that has a bunch of stuff for Shrapnel, and they give out extraction packs, etc. I'm sure that is a pretty useful use of their time. That actually makes sense. But instead, we have them just playing other games and spitting all over the people that are playing Spider Tanks and all these other games that are so passionate about them. It's a big reason why I've never really participated in any of that, because I think it's important to remember that the community is the entire reason why this is a thing in the first place. So, what I want you to know from all this is, no, I'm not going to be quitting crypto gaming content. No, I'm not going to be quitting Gala Games content. I'm actually going to be doubling down here. And I'm a little bit tired of this. I'm a little bit tired of Gala kind of ignoring everything. And, you know, every time something pops up, they're like, oh, you know, this is such a pain in the ass. We hate this. Instead, I want to be a positive force here, and I want to encourage people to go ahead and participate in the parts of the economy that are actually exciting. And the only thing that is exciting right now to me is the brand new games on Gala, those announcements, and making sure that those announcements are actually getting out. Because right now, the only way you can get announcements on Gala is not on the Gala social platforms. It's following me, subscribing to my channel. That's the only way you're going to learn about Gala. Unless you're maybe on Dr. Wookie's channel, or if you're into Common Ground World, like I said before, go check out Dubstep, because they're actually making content on Gala, and they're doing a good job for their respective fields. But if you're going to Gala for Gala, doesn't make any sense. So I think we're going to continue this. We're going to continue being a bigger and bigger part of Gala, and we want to get some positive changes out here. If you want to support all of this kind of stuff, as always, in the link in the description, I always leave my affiliate link. If you're going to buy stuff on Gala, then you might as well use the affiliate link to support us. We don't ask for your money or anything crazy. But no, I'm not quitting Gala. I'm not quitting Gala. And I don't plan on quitting Gala anytime soon. Just because I've made videos in the past saying, you know, why I sold my Axies and why I quit Axie Infinity doesn't mean that I'm just going to give this all up so easily. I'm not giving up on Gala. And I sure as hell am going to try my hardest to make this work. So if you're interested in that, you're going to want to like and subscribe for future videos. Until the next time, thank you for watching this video. Stay classy, and that's all.